Hello, my lovelies. This is a reading for Pisces for the month of March 2019. So as I've tuned into your energies, I'm given a little vision of the Wizard of Oz. Now, the beginnings of the movie, it's in black and white, where Dorothy is whipped up into the tornado, and it's spinning around and doesn't feel like Texas anymore. And then the next part of it, as she steps onto the yellow brick road, it becomes colour. And this is a fascinating vision they've given me, and analogy, as there are three major energy shifts happening for us in March, as of the 6th of March. Firstly, there's a new moon in Pisces in your sign on the 6th. Then Mercury goes retrograde in your sign from the 5th. And the third large energy shift is the planet Uranus moving into the sign of Taurus for the next 7 years. So Uranus rules hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. And your lovely sign of Pisces is the 12th sign, so it's in the 12th house. So we are about to come to the end of a major zodiac cycle. As of the 20th of the month, we move into Aries. So this new moon in Pisces is at the 29th degree. So that's the last degree of each sign, but it's also the last sign of the zodiac. So this is a major culmination, an end of a huge era, end of a huge cycle, not just in your life, but for all of us. And the other bit of the analogy is we move from the 12th house, which is Pisces, into the 1st house, which is Aries. So I see that as going from the black and white, 12th house, into the colour, the 1st house. So you may have been feeling that your life was colourless, that everything was just black and white and not with any of that sense of joy and fun and laughter and such like. So it's like you've been holding the door open for all of us, meaning the rest of the signs of the zodiac, for a very long time. Very long time. And this huge wind has blown through, so this huge hurricane, this huge eruptive volcanic whipping up of old energies. And so in the movie, the little house that Dorothy was in, that's all gone up in the tornado as well. So in a way, you've been a gatekeeper for all of this new energy to come through, to come in. And because the new moon is in your sign, it's like your hair's blown around, and but you've been hanging on to that door for us, and it will close as of the 20th of March when we move into Aries. So at the moment we are swimming through the sign of Pisces, but there's so much going on. Some of you may have been floundering for a while, so you know the phrase, a fish out of water, flapping around and gasping for breath and such like. So it's you've been having the major role over these last couple of weeks, and you've still got to be the doorman, the gatekeeper for a little while longer. But while you were doing this, it's like we're clearing away and clearing away and clearing away lots of ancient old energies, because the 12th house is about past lives and ancient old stuff, And because Mercury is retrograde in your sign as well, when Mercury goes backwards, it's the messenger of the gods. So it could be that we need to revisit old things, just to have one last look at them, and then they're cleared, then they're gone. And it's like you put them through the washer, give them a good old scrub and say, oh, well, that's nice and clean and tidy. Yeah, I can wear that again. But some things are still stained, and you think, no, that goes in the bin. I'm not even going to the charity shop. That must go in the bin. It's grubby, it's stained. I'm definitely not putting that outfit back on again. So with the shift of Uranus into the sign of Taurus, this is going to assist you, I would say, with grounding some things, to manifest some things in your life. So it's about time too. It's bringing stuff from the past, yes, in this lifetime, but only that which will serve you, and bringing stuff from other lives into this lifetime, but again, only that which will serve you. And my sense of a lot of this is talents and abilities that you've maybe picked up in this lifetime that you find really easy to do. It just seems to flow. And for example, I went to live in Germany when I was 19 as an au pair. I didn't speak a word of German, just ja and nein. And when I came home, I was there about 8 months, I was fluent. And it was very easy. I remembered it somehow. I remembered how to speak it. I knew what it meant, even though I couldn't pronounce all of the really, really, really long words, still can't. But it's like I remembered it. So for you, there's this, when Mercury is retrograde, we remember, we revisit, we recognize all of the re's. We reinvest our energies into something that we might have in the past thought were dead and buried. So things can resurrect and revisit us, and it's not necessarily what you want to take with you into the future. It's again like going from the black and white to the colour. So when movies were in black and white, we couldn't see exactly how spectacular they were. And so with the Wizard of Oz, as it shifted into this colour, it was astonishing. It was the first time anything like that had been done. And then there was this beautiful yellow brick road. So yellow is to do with sunshine. It's our solar plexus, solar meaning sunshine, and how that needs to be stimulated in our lives. Yellow is joyfulness. It's sunshine. It's how we feel nurtured and bright and all things bright and beautiful. I'm hearing, yes, all creatures great and small. So there are lessons to be learned, and I thank you for keeping the doors open for us, and letting all of this new energy come in. And then it's just being aware, because on the 20th of March is the spring equinox. It's not only, Aries energy, it's the spring equinox. So it's being able to recognize when to shut the door and say, no, I'm not bringing that stuff with us. That's old, that's stagnant, that's ancient, it's a bit pongy. No, we don't want to bring that. And sometimes you might really, boom, shut it, lock it, bolt it, padlock it, say, that's it, that's finished with. We've got this lovely new bright sparkly energies to take us through into this next sort of 7-year period. So I've chosen some oracle cards for you, and they seem to all fit into this role for you. So as you've been keeping things at bay, it's a bit like you being the bouncer. at a nightclub, and all of these energies have wanted to come in, and you've got your list and your clipboard, and you think, no, you're not on the list, mate. No, you can't come in. No, yeah, all right, you can, yeah, we'll have you, yeah. And then someone tries to give you a backhander, and I say, oh, come on, no, mate, no, I'm not taking no backhanders. No, you're not on the list, can't come in. So it's been quite a task, quite a role for you to play on our behalf. So, like for the collective, and you might think, "Oh, I haven't been doing much." Well, you have. So, even if it's just within your little family circle, it's like you've been holding that energy for them, and in doing that, you're doing it for all of us. So there will be rewards, darling. There will be rewards. Not necessarily how you expect or in the shape or form that you expect, but definitely something is coming along to say, well done, little fishies. Well done, little Pisces. Oh, okay. I'm hearing an old song. Let's see if I can remember it now. Oh golly, it's an old one. It's coming to her. My grandmother taught me, and it goes something like, "Bim bam biddle daddle waddle choo, bim bam diddle daddle waddle choo." And about little fishies. And they swam right over the dam. So if there's been a dam in front of you, like an obstacle or something that's been put there to prevent you from moving forward, now you can swim over the dam. If anybody knows the right words, please put them in the description box below. I'm showing my age here. And when Pisces can go with the flow rather than swimming upstream, that's when their lives get really fluid, that lovely fluidity of things. So your angel card, I don't like this one, but we shall work through it. Obedience, right? So there's an angel on a motorbike at the traffic lights and it's had to stop. So what I said earlier on about you holding the door open for all of us, it's obeying that inner knowingness. And because the traffic lights are red, we're not quite ready to move forward yet. So it's like you not letting you being the bouncer, not letting anyone into the nightclub because we're not ready yet. Okay, so it's obeying that soul's message, that higher aspect. So even though your human self, your ego self is saying, "Oh, come on, let's go, let's move forward," you have this inner knowingness which said, "That's not a good idea. We need to just wait. We need to just ponder. Mercury is retrograde. There's no point in moving forward because Mercury rules the crossroads. There were always more traffic jams, always more roadworks. And because Mercury is in Pisces, pipes burst. I come across it 2-3 times already this week. Roadworks because pipes have burst. Pisces is water. So those two things combined, there can be leaking taps, there can be washers rotted away, there can be floods or water trickling somewhere in your home, all that sort of thing. So this water energy needs to escape, it needs to go somewhere, and it's literally coming up through the ground. Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is the earth, so water will appear where we don't normally expect it to. So with this angel of obedience, it's for you to really set the standards, set the boundaries for us, meaning all of the other signs, to be able to wait. So we might all be chomping up a bit to get moving and grooving with things, but it's just that knowingness. Pisces is very intuitive. It's that knowingness to be able to say, no, gotta wait. You've got to wait. We're not ready yet. When we are, it's going to be magnificent. So it's like someone wanted to get into the wedding reception before the food's all laid out, or all the decorations are up. No point going in there till it's done, is there? So it's you. They're talking about like being a wedding planner and having all of that, those tasks and that detail, and saying, well, I've got to do all of this first, and how we plan for this door closing, Aries energy, bunny rabbits, daffodils, boxing hares, and all of that fabulous fiery Mars energy. So your self-mastery card is gentleness, which is lovely, because if you're holding this energy for us, this, this door open, which takes an awful lot of effort, then you need to be gentle on yourself. So it says, I stay close to my real feeling of myself, so quiet, so sensitive to the being of others. As a master, I can never hurt someone's feelings due to being out of touch with my own. So even though somebody might approach you and say, let me in, let me through, you're in touch with your own feelings, and you want to help other people and as I say, not hurt anybody, is to be able to find that gentle words, because Mercury rules communication, how we speak. And it's finding those words within yourself to share with another person without getting angry, without getting ratty with them, or being riled by them. Standing your ground, which is sometimes very hard for Pisces, standing your ground. So then this is lovely. You have a lovely, beautiful animal card, which is the butterfly. So, that's obvious for you. 9 means completion, endings, closing the door, saying goodbye, a bientôt, arrivederci, wiedersehen, tschüss, as they say. So 9 is always an ending of a cycle, and how it is necessary to acknowledge what needs to go, say goodbye to. So this beautiful butterfly energy, the metamorphosis. So the butterfly, the caterpillar in the cocoon is like the 12th house, and the butterfly is the 1st house. So as we move out of Pisces into Aries, so you are blossoming, my darlings. You are coming forth and spreading your wings and showing exactly how beautiful you are, how powerful you are. So if you think how a caterpillar can transform into a completely different creature, how many of us can do that? Woo! So this amazing transformation going on within you, and it's also about patience, waiting for the right time to burst forth. So it says, you are changing, emerge into your new state of being, honour your transformation. So sometimes when we're in that transformative stage and we're still within the cocoon, it can feel very restrictive, and you think, I died, I'm wrapped up in this sort of cockney wool stuff, and I can't get out. But it's about to happen. The doors are about to open, and they're showing me like what I said about the wedding party, but this could be more like a new nightclub, and it's getting decorated, and all the sparkly ballroom board and everything, and all the bars being made up, and all the mirrors, and the dance floor, and the tables and chairs and such like. And you were about to announce the opening day, special opening day, but you can't have that opening day until it's all done. So this is what's cooking inside of you, all right, while you're in that little metamorphosis in the cocoon, and then out comes this extraordinary butterfly and says, right, opening day, it's launch day, call the press, you know, tell everybody about it. So I've asked for a Ascended Master for you, and this is lovely because this is the big dude, JC, all right, and it says open your heart to love. Now they say we're moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. So Pisces was the symbol of Christianity. They put a symbol of a fish on the doors, and you might see it on cars, you know, back to the cars now. And so the energy of JC, Jesus, is the Christ energy. Now, some people think that Jesus' surname was Christ, but Christ is from the Greek Christos, which means light. So the energy around you is about you being ignited or lit up, that light within you, the Christ light within you, and how you spread that and share that with other people. And as you open up your heart, you heal. You start to heal yourself. And just imagine this incredible light bursting out of your heart. And as it does so, it not only heals you, but it heals all of those around you. So there's this amazing sense of you guys being the gatekeepers over these next few weeks, working on your heart energy wholeheartedly, not half-heartedly, even though you're buffeted around by this strong Uranian energy of volcanoes and hurricanes and tornadoes and such like. You might, you know, feel a little bit battered and bruised, but just stay there, stay in that field of the heart, and no matter what occurs around you, you can stay grounded, just in that lovely sacred space. So we're going to finish with one of Esther and Jerry's well-being cards. They're based on the teachings of Abraham. Ooh, this is interesting. Right, it says, I inhibit no one, we each create our own reality. So there you have, when you see it, it's a dragonfly. I inhibit no one, we each create our own reality. So no matter how anybody approaches you, you're not inhibiting them. They can inhibit themselves. So whatever belief systems they have, or patterns or programs they have within them, when they come across you, it can be like you say, whatever floats your boat, mate. Whatever floats your boat. So you're not inhibiting anyone, they're not inhibiting you. You're just letting them all get on with it. Otherwise you give away too much of your energy. And that's a complete waste of time because too many other things to do, keeping the door open. Right, it says on the back, as you find vibrational harmony with your desires, you are never inhibiting or preventing anyone else from living what they are creating, but you are controlling and creating your own reality. So when we come to this understanding, we all create our own realities. My reality is totally different to yours, but I'm not inhibiting you from whatever it is you want to create. Again, whatever floats your boat. Going back to the Pisces analogy, water. You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. Don't tell me that I'm wrong. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. You're happy doing what you're doing. I'm not inhibiting you, and vice versa. So I hope that's been of some help to you, my darlings. This is a very exceptional time to be alive. And when you get three huge energy changes on the same day, in the same month, it can be overwhelming. It can upset the apple cart. It can make you feel like you're dragged into the undertow. And it is said that if that ever happens to you, that like you're in the ocean and you are dragged into the undertow, don't struggle, because the more you kick and the more you struggle, the further down you go. The undertow will bring you down, but will bring you back up again. So I applaud you. I do indeed applaud you for the work that you are doing. You may not be aware of it on a conscious level, but it is going on. And it is said that anyone who is born with the sun in Pisces has walked many miles in another man's moccasins, meaning that you've had lifetimes as all of the other signs, every single one of them, every 12 signs, and that you've been male, you've been female, you've been every colour, every creed, every religion, you've been every animal, every tree, every rock, every stone, every creature in the ocean, every creature on the earth, every creature in the sky. So you have experienced all of life in whatever shape or form. And so because of that, you have compassion. You have an ability to understand everybody else and why we are all here. And sometimes that's quite a heavy burden to carry, especially if you're a sensitive soul. So there's an opportunity for you here to be rebooted. And when that happens, because we're moving out of one cycle into another one, it can be that you shut down for a little while, and then when the button is pressed again to reboot, it has to find its level again. So if you feel the need to withdraw, to step back, to rest and recuperate, then do. Because over these next 3 weeks with Mercury retrograde in your sign, you might feel like you're going through the washing machine on spin. Again, the water analogy. But whilst that cycle is washing out all the debris and the dirt and such like, you are being cleansed. But it can feel like a bit of a, again with Dorothy and the tornado. And when you get to the end of that movie, Dorothy has been seeking something outside of herself to find the great Oz. And when the curtain is pulled back, it's revealed it's just an ordinary person. And then she realises there's no place like home. So she clicks her heels and she returns to Texas, to her home. So it may be that what's been going on for you is that you've been seeking outside of yourself for validation, for confirmation of things, when in actual fact it was always within you. So home. There's no place like home. This is home. This heart energy. This is home. When we return to our home, to the field of the heart, after we've had an experience which has taken us outside of ourselves, there's actually a word for it. It's called ecstatic, when something is outside of you. So ec, EC on the front of a word means outside of. Static is, us. So when it is ecstatic, it is outside of you. So some people see the connotation or understanding of that word, ecstasy, where you are outside of yourself. So whatever it is you have been experiencing, when you bring that experience back to the heart, it adds to who you are, to who you truly are. So whether the experience has been negative or positive, it helps you to grow and to expand. But you don't necessarily have to hold on to any of the negative aspects of it, and that's what the washing machine is all about. And moving out of the black and white into the colour, holding the door open for all of us with Uranus and Taurus until we hit the Aries energy on the 20th of March and the equinox. So I hope, it's a bit gobbledygooky, but I hope that makes sense to you all. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. I'd love to know what you lovely Pisces make of all of this. If you'd like to have a private reading with me, we can delve deeply into anything that's going on for you. I do also do past life regression, and we can have a look at whatever that is, maybe heal some issues for you. All the details are in the box below. Have a super duper March. Let me know how you get on, and I'll speak to you all soon. Lots of love. Bye for now.